Free when you coming home.
Elbows and Jumpers. This is Elbows and Jumpers, episode 14. We live.
Yes, sir. What up, Rudy?
What it do, Dennis?
What up, Scratch?
What up, what up, what up?
I'm Dennis. I'm the
Host with the most.
What up, what up?
and we're here to talk about sports in general, and the NBA playoffs. We've got some boxing coming up, and just give a recap of what's been going on with the playoffs for from a regular person's perspective.
That's right. Happy Juneteenth.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. G-Town, what up?
What up, what up?
Shit, it's nationwide now.
Yeah.
Welcome,
I don't know.
welcome.
They could probably do some other stuff besides just create a holiday.
Yeah. That's a whole nother podcast.
Exactly.
But anyway.
The world finds a different way to disappoint you in so many different ways. It's like it's unique in how innovative it is. That we gonna not do any of this other important shit to maybe save some lives, but here's a holiday, guys. Oh, by the way, did anybody else get a day off? Because I didn't.
Maybe next year, bro.
Like,
Maybe next
you
year.
can't just say, "Oh, but we got a holiday," and not just say it federally like. It's the law. You off. All of us are off. I don't care if you off from off. If you're a school teacher, whatever, you get an 8-hour paid something for that day as a something. God, doesn't make any sense. You won't call it a holiday, but we don't have a day off.
There's an administrative process to it. I'm sure
I don't
there's
give a fuck.
there's some secretary signing.
It's
and
kind of whole
copying
ass shit
and
to do
printing.
that and do it the weekend before, and then we don't have no immediate benefit outside some potentially embarrassing situations for people trying to like celebrate in the wrong way,
I
the
agree.
wrongest way possible.
Nah, I feel you.
All right, sorry. No, apparently,
Got that out the way.
We got that.
yeah.
Got that out the way.
Damn.
Welcome to Elbows and Jumpers, episode 14.
Happy Juneteenth, regardless.
Already.
What we got? What we got?
It's wonderful. A lot of people wouldn't be here if it weren't for Juneteenth. A
Yeah.
lot of us, especially people of Brown.
For
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
So, we're going to talk about all the different series and some of the storylines. It's been you could say that there are some results that you would completely expect, but there's been some exciting series, and we'll go through all those and just touch on a few of the big storylines. So, the first one that really that I guess that I would really love talking about is Trae Young with the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
I mean, first time in the playoffs, he's making a splash. He to me, he's a superstar.
Superstar.
Like, I mean, he's playing against Joel Embiid that has probably the more commercial name or the more mainstream discussion that's had about players. But Trae Young in Atlanta, and Atlanta's not known as a market that is supposed to have winning teams because there's too much partying going on over there, and the franchise was poorly run. But they had decent talent come through, and Trae Young is just. He could be on any team. He could be on the Sacramento Kings. Sorry, guys. He could be on everything else, any other team, and he would make an immediate impact and turn that into a winning franchise. Like when Harden went from being a bench player to a first starting player on the Rockets, we went from a Jeremy Lin situation to we're immediately in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And not just that, we're making noise when we get there, and he's certainly doing that. I think on the flip side, the complete opposite is Ben Simmons over there doing Lord knows what.
You see it in NBA. Shooting is the ultimate, winner. Ben
Yeah.
Simmons cannot shoot. Trae Young can shoot the lights out.
It's weird though, because I know people have seen like clips of Ben Simmons like shooting mid-range jumpers like effortlessly and swishing them, and then all of a sudden just disappeared one day.
I think it's more of a mental thing. I mean, you can't play your whole life and not be able to, hit a three.
That's some
This
crazy
is a
yips.
pro NBA player. I think
That's very true.
Yeah, he just has to overcome it for some reason.
He's had these yips for a while though.
I mean,
But
it is.
It's the
but-
thing that gives it the storyline though, because then you got Joel Embiid throwing up decent numbers, but then you kind of question, what's his where's the help? And it's actually not on that team. It's definitely not coming from Ben Simmons. So the guy you kind of want to know is Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Harris, Tyrese Maxey. But it's
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, you can go. Seth Curry. You can go down a whole list of names.
Seth has actually been showing up.
Oh my god!
Now he's now every time they show his brother.
His brother.
Yeah, his brother.
His brother in the stands.
Yeah, in the stands. So
Oh, look, it's Seth's brother.
yeah.
What was his name again?
So I mean, Seth's been going off. He's I think
It's a what have you done for me lately kind of world.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's getting more confidence. He's getting the minutes, taking the shots. He's filling up that row. I think Tobias Harris is the one that needs to do a little more work.
Yeah.
He had the opportunity to win the previous game during the last seconds, and he had like pretty much a 2-foot shot and got blocked. So
That was a crazy ass last 2 minutes for I mean, I think we're seeing, we talk about how you got to be at this completely other level by the time you get to that last minute of that game that's about to kick you off your entire season, and that's what started showing up yesterday.
That's when the pressure comes about.
Yeah,
I was so surprised to see Tobias Harris blow that bunny.
Yeah.
It's like when you freeze, you take too much time.
But how much belief did you have in Trae Young possibly pulling that out?
Trae Young,
he makes you believe, right?
man, he can
He's a
shoot.
superstar.
He can shoot. That's the
there.
ultimate. Yeah, that's the
He
ultimate
makes- got
skill.
He can get to the hole. He's got a mid range, and he can get you from three. I mean,
It's because he's gonna freeze you up. That's why when somebody can shoot, they're gonna play a little tighter on you, and they're like, all you gotta do is pump fake, and then you open up the whole court. They gotta respect it, and you gotta respect Trae Young.
Exactly.
yeah, I mean,
can't leave him.
one of the best at it. On the flip side, I mean, we can go to any series. What's something that's interested you, Rudy?
I think we could talk about the Phoenix Suns sweeping the Nuggets quickly.
Wow.
Yeah, you see,
That's another one where you had an injury, so I think that's a big overarching thing as well too, where the team, there's a potential chance that none of the teams that you would think could go to the finals will be there because of injuries.
I think they were gassed out at that point. With
Gassed
that
out.
Trailblazers series. Jokic could only do so much.
Yeah.
And then his his supporting cast couldn't do shit. Morris didn't show up like he should have. Yeah, it was just
Suns handle business.
It was too much, yeah.
I mean,
and then Devin Booker,
Suns did what they had to do.
Devin Booker, he like stepped, on the snake's
DeAndre
head,
Ayton, that's a name that definitely popped up for the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I mean, campaign as well, but
Oh yeah, Campaign. I like Campaign. Cameron.
Campaign.
Cameron.
It's probably the easiest
Cameron
name to
Payne.
say.
Because he said Campaign.
He did say
His name
Campaign.
is Cameron.
Yes.
But yes, he's the dancer formerly known with Russell Westbrook. Yeah.
He's finally showing out.
Yeah, he's finally showing out. He had a little stint overseas, and that helped him.
Yeah, so there's a potential of a Suns going to the finals still, and they looked, dominant over the Nuggets, who were the number 3 seed in the West. So,
Hopefully,
I don't know, that was
Chris Paul is. Hopefully, he plays in this game 1 of the series because I know he's in protocol, right? Covered protocol, but
it's a difference maker, though. I mean,
it
it's
is.
crazy that it's even happening.
That's the thing is, I've seen people, more sports commentators speaking about. It's going to be whoever can be the healthiest this year that wins the shit.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So I guess one of the things that to talk about the Nuggets, because we start taking apart teams once they lose and say, well, maybe this person's going to come up in free agency. Off the Nuggets.
You're looking at it from a Houston Rockets perspective.
Absolutely, we got to bring it back to why are we just discussing these teams outside of Houston not winning or losing, and what does that have to do with me? Well, what it has to do with us is that the sooner these teams lose, the more access to those players that we have from the free agency standpoint.
That's a good point because a trade already happened with was it Kemba Walker?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Kemba Walker.
Kemba Walker
He went to OKC, right?
OKC,
for
yeah.
Al Horford and like a first round pick.
Yeah, that
And
was
then
a
weird trade. I thought
They just
Kemba-
want to get Horford back to Celtics because of culture.
you do not give up a first round pick for Kemba Walker.
That was strictly a bringing a Celtics dude because Horford was apparently always a Celtic and now he's back there.
That's fucked up because Horford was on his way
Yeah,
out.
they must have been down, and also combine that with they were down as fuck on Kemba Walker, so his stocks were down anyway.
Well, I'm not a big, Kemba Walker. I don't feel like he's a premier player.
yeah,
I don't feel like he
See, that's the
fulfilled. I
kinda-
don't feel like he fulfilled his role, but I feel like he could have gone to the Kings or
That's
did
kinda
some work, with a younger team.
that's exactly what we're talking about. That it
Oh,
defines
he went
who
to
a player
OKC.
is.
Yeah, he went
Right.
to OKC. Yeah.
So the players over there are like. So for example, let's just go ahead and talk about.
But for a first round pick, that's what kind
bro,
of.
that was strictly let the Celtics wanted a player that they wanted because they wanted him. That you pay certain things you pay for, and it might be dumb to you, but for them it made sense. And OKC taxed him. Okay?
They did.
They taxed him.
They already have like 100 first-round picks.
Like, if you don't understand that somebody's getting taxed in the deal, because I told you that they really wanted it. So what we got to do when somebody really wants something, you got to tax them.
Yeah.
So they got taxed, okay?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So that kind of, I guess since we're going to talk about that free agency piece a little bit, we could talk about how the Trailblazers now, that we could pick a few parts off that engine too.
Yeah. The Trailblazers.
So
well,
Dame Lillard
they're about
has
to get a new
stay
coach.
there. They lost their head coach.
Rightfully so.
And so CJ McCollum could be available. Would I be mad at getting him? I don't think so.
I see your point. I feel like the Trailblazers need to trade McCollum to get a bigger piece.
Yeah, they got to. Well,
right?
they got to trade
because Damian Lillard and him are too much. They're not similar players, but they're both short.
It might be because of the way free agency is right now. I feel like it could be like 3 or 4 teams involved to get the kind of value they, not for CJ McCollum, but the kind of value the Trailblazers need to bring on their side. So
I feel like the Trailblazers have all the leverage right now to get like a lot of assets for McCollum. So McCollum could go to somewhere like the Pelicans to make Zion happy, you know, and that would actually be a good fit. They'll probably trade over like Brandon Ingram, a couple first-round picks and stuff like that.
True.
And that might be a good
would
fit.
Brandon Ingram be the superstar? I mean, just talking out.
He has the potential. Yeah, he's that 6'8", 6'10" type of player that's what they need.
Did y'all hear about Zion already
being unhappy?
After
I think that was just a story. I think
there's a lot. Yeah, I think again.
I'm like, what the hell?
That's the other part of it.
It's your first full season.
look. You gotta look at it from the. There's a national story about every team that loses. That's why we're just gonna bring it from the Houston Rockets perspective and say, what could we get off that engine? For example, the Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic said he liked playing for Steven Silas. Maybe there's a shot there. I don't think there's a chance in hell.
I would have welcomed his ass.
Of course,
you know.
But we're gonna ponder something that has no possibility of happening.
Because we'll have to give up Christian Wood.
But here, people
Kevin
want to talk
Porter
about like,
Jr.,
it's a
like,
possibility.
Yeah, it's too much.
That's too much, and we have our stars here. Like
we do.
I like Christian Wood. I like Kevin Porter Jr. Those are that's a big future for us.
It's a great foundation.
Yeah, great foundation.
I don't think there's any doubt that Mark Cuban will do whatever he needs to do to make Luke happy.
Yeah.
It makes no sense for him not to. It'd be out of character if I'd be amazed. I don't know. I don't think that Mark Cuban has done some questionable things, but
I mean, he has the money. He won big with crypto, so
I mean, that's not. It's just because you have a lot of money, it does not mean you.
Yeah. You can pay some other ways. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, but so for Denver, I would say Michael Porter Jr. is somebody that. I do not like.
I think he's proven who the type of player that he's gonna be. He's gonna be that Trevor Ariza
he's
type
annoying
of player.
Is who he is.
Yeah, because he had the opportunity.
No, I believe in Trevor Ariza. I do not believe in Michael Porter Jr.
No, I'm saying you have a cap.
Yeah,
you know, Trevor Ariza. Remember when he was with the Lakers, got traded to Houston because they believed he was a star.
Yeah, I remember.
But Trevor Ariza couldn't cross over.
Yeah,
he couldn't cross over and drive to the rim like a superstar does. Same thing with Michael Porter Jr. He jumps too high on his jump shot. I'm like, bro, you really just need to tippy toe and shoot the 3 and you be fine.
Know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. So Michael Porter is showing that he has a cap to his potential. You know, he's pretty much there.
He has longevity in the league for sure.
He has longevity. He'll be a good role player.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I wanted him to be that superstar, but this playoff series just showed like
he's not that.
Yeah, he's not that. He's got to work on his game a lot.
Would you be mad at your team if they got Aaron Gordon from the Denver Nuggets?
Would I be mad at my team?
Yeah. Would you want Aaron Gordon, the Rockets?
The Rockets for getting Aaron Gordon.
Nah, we don't want Aaron Gordon. Okay. We had Christian Wood.
Would you consider yourself upset if they made that move?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Why the hell do we want him?
Yeah, well, we have Thomas, we have Tate, who's like I think he's similar to Aaron Gordon, just a little shorter.
I really like that dunk contest from Aaron Gordon, but
I do,
when I saw that
let
series,
it go, bro.
I was like, wow, what is the point of all those hops? It is certain things, man. Like you can't, like you got blessed and you do this with it. Yep. This is what you doing.
It's because you become too robotic. You know, you can't pull up from that 3-point consistently.
I don't know. Maybe he needs to do some yoga or something.
Yeah, I mean, he's a solid player. He is who he is. You know, and like if he's like you can plug him into different teams to fulfill, you know, that hard nosed type of player. But is he your MVP player? No, you know. And they're really missing out on Jamal Murray since we're talking about the Nuggets. You know, Jamal Murray is a big piece.
Definitely showed. And I think, again, you got to have all your superstars on deck. Lakers again.
Speaking of superstars, Kawhi Leonard, he's
out currently. Yeah,
I think he has a ACL injury. Apparently.
You think he's out for the rest of the playoffs?
I can't even say.
Okay.
They didn't even say.
They didn't say much. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I feel like, did I miss something here?
Yeah,
like if I'm feeling that, I'm sure somebody else out there saying. Like,
they say, and this is speculation. Like he's a Terminator, so he could just show up like in the finals or something.
Because I feel like if it was ACL, he would have been down. Like he wasn't that down. He came right back.
Yeah, he came back up.
Yeah.
But
he's a strange player.
Yeah,
and he's like strong in that kind of strange. Like there's something. Like he's the Terminator, like y'all said.
Yeah,
we gotta give kudos to Paul George.
Pandemic
P
has been showing
turned it into a good thing. He's like Polo G or some shit. He's
Polo G.
This is what every Clipper fan wishes.
Are we gonna drop some Polo G at some point?
Maybe we can.
I only know one song.
let's continue. Okay. Sorry for derailing that.
So before we get to the Clippers, anything you expect from the Suns since we talked about the Nuggets?
Man, I'm actually worried about. Well, they still have to play the winner of the Clippers and the.
Well, no, they're playing the Clippers.
They're playing Clippers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But
I mean, what are you expecting them Booker to?
You know, that's gonna be a tough. That's gonna be a tough series.
This is gonna be a tough series because Booker is gonna be facing Leonard.
You know what it is?
Plays.
I think I'm very curious about the coaching of Ty Lue because I think it's shown that he made the adjustments and he burned Rudy Gobert's ass on that last game. Like they 6-gamed him.
Yeah,
Terrence Allen over there ate up Rudy Gobert. We watched the highlights and every shot that Terrence Allen made was with Rudy Gobert.
You're talking about Mann.
Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann. But every time that Rudy Gobert was like 5 feet away from him on every single shot. It was dumb and weird at the same time.
Yeah, we're just watching the highlights.
And I'm just like, how is this?
It was too slow. Yeah. Too slow for
I'm going to give a cue to scratch. So Rudy Gobert, all he had to do was go hard in the paint. That's really all he had to do. Because like when you're that big, bro, it's like, why can't you just dunk on everybody?
No, he was getting burned on the defensive side.
No, I understand that, but to overcome that,
he should. He couldn't really catch an alley-oop.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Gobert is limited.
We are not going to here's another one. Would you want to have Rudy Gobert on your team since they down?
You need a big man.
Please say no. Dude, we do not want Rudy Gobert.
We still need a big man.
Rudy Gobert feels like Dwight Howard.
He's a little bit better than Dwight Howard. I just don't think he's
but the kind of like from a usability standpoint, like they would get burned because they just do dumb shit.
But he's able to pivot. He hasn't been given opportunity.
He was getting out rebounded while he was under the same rim where Terrence Mann.
He needs the right influencer, the right coach. Thanks, coach.
He's not. Elbows
and Jumpers, episode 14. We back. Shout out to Flip Flop. What it do?
Yo, so we left off on the Utah Jazz and Rudy Gobert and talking about taking bits and pieces of these teams that's lost in the playoffs. And Donovan Mitchell seems to not be touchable, right? I mean, maybe there's a chance that would be nice to have.
Yeah.
You get a quality point guard that can facilitate great athletic talent like KPJ, Chris Wood, like KJ Martin. I think we got a solid foundation. We just get that one piece. Not, John Wall is right now there, but I saw him liking some stuff from the Lakers. So, things can be in motion. And obviously everybody from the Lakers feels like they're untouchable. Like, I don't think...
Except Kuzma.
Nobody wants Kuzma. Nobody wants Kuzma.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's not untouchable on the Lakers. But I feel what you're saying.
The Lakers are trying to give away Kuzma. I don't think there's exactly a line.
Don't be surprised if he ends up in Orlando.
I hope he does. I hope he's happy. That's what I hope. But no, you got Rudy Gobert is somebody that I would not be excited for.
He's an asset because the center position has evolved. So he has all the skills there. I just don't think he's been.
He would not be
in the right system.
He would not be a starter on our team if we have Chris Wood.
Yes, he would, because Chris Wood. No, we already talked about that. Chris Wood is not a true center, so
I wouldn't want Rudy Gobert next to Chris Wood. He would block a lot of space.
No. A big center needs to clog up that paint. Like Kelly
exposed clogging
Kelly
up that paint.
Olynyk, he's a little actually kind of small for a center as well.
They were headhunting him that series.
He'll get boxed out.
They were headhunting him. They kept him put in the paint, and he couldn't close out on that 3-point line to save his life.
That's not how you play defense. So your centers just around 2 to 3 foot, trying to get every rebound. Everybody else is shifting like a web. So they really weren't playing Gobert like he's supposed to. If Gobert was playing, he would be the MVP of that series. He would be just smashing on everybody like Shaq used to do. And he can actually pivot. He's not like Dwight Howard where he's robotic and just moving his elbows, not really his hips.
We're going to have to
I'm telling you. Watch it.
We're going to have to agree to disagree.
No, you're going to see because typically I'm always... Yeah, typically, like what I say, it takes a little time, but it becomes true. My God. And I'm just telling you, like, watch Gobert.
I hope there's no chance in hell, first of all, that Rudy Gobert comes to our team because he got paid that big ass contract.
I'm not saying that he belongs on our team. I'm just saying don't be surprised if he becomes an asset to somebody else.
Since we're talking about Utah, Flip Hop, he said is Utah overrated.
They were never. First of all, you got to know we are a place of Utah haters.
We are.
Shout out Vernon Maxwell one more time.
Yes, but
no, they're just that AAU, suburban team.
I think Rudy Gobert is what makes them overrated. Like it depends. Your opinion on whether they're overrated or underrated depends on your opinion of Rudy Gobert. If you're good on Rudy, you're saying, "Oh man, they're great. I think people underrate them." If you're down on them, you're like, "I don't know why anybody likes this team." Like I just said that in that voice. I don't know why anybody likes this team. They are going to come up short because of Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, because he's not in the right system.
And
if he had
so
the right,
you're saying Quinn Snyder's the problem?
Yeah, he's gone as far as he can go with that team.
I mean, there was a 30-point turnaround, so that terrible coaching.
I'm telling you, bring Sam Cassell to that team and watch them win a ship.
I think so.
Regular season champs. There you go.
Because you know why? It
doesn't count for shit.
They make like they change their whole regular season scheme when they're in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Just like the Rockets when they're playing small ball, they changed their whole scheme. I'm like, we touched on this before. Why do you play a 7-man rotation instead of a 10-man, 12, 15-man rotation when you're in the regular season? Why do you change it? Yeah, keep it the same. That's the same thing Utah did. It's like play Gobert like you played him in the regular season.
Yeah,
and for some reason, it's like stupidity that these coaches feel like you have to shrink your roster to 7 to 8 people. So I don't agree with that shrinking of the roster size.
Yeah, and it's like you have to have this savior that saves you in the 6 or like at 6 and 7 game. That's when you decide that you want to go to the third guy on the bench. Like, bro, this is not the time for this.
Yes, you should have been played his ass. That's why I kind of appreciate with Tyronn Lue.
I get that you want the easy win in the beginning of the series, but like you don't exactly inspire confidence when we're looking down to the third man because we got.
Imagine that shit, bro.
It happens all the time. We seeing it with the Clippers right now. They're fortunate enough to have 8 off that because they definitely beat up on the Jazz. I mean, no disrespect to the Clippers, but it felt like the Jazz lost that series more than the Clippers won it. How about that?
I can kind of agree with that because I still don't.
They got skunked
for some reason, bro.
30
I still
points.
I'm not big on Tyronn Lue. Like I feel like he's in any situation he's given the ultimate situation with the Cavaliers. He won that because he had LeBron.
And, but the Clippers are Kawhi's out, right?
Yeah.
You got
maybe
PG.
He is a good coach. Maybe I am wrong. Yeah, maybe I am.
PG was not exactly doing shit.
This series
he was like on and off even throughout this whole playoffs. We weren't sure what PG.
So what do you think his halftime speech is like? Look, bro, I've been here. I got stepped over by Iverson.
Man, you know what? Him and Iverson are friends. Okay.
I know we talked about that. What can you say? What can you say? What can Tyronn Lue tell? Pandemic P.
Quit bullshitting.
Yeah, pretty much.
Think about it. We all grown ass men. These are professionals. We talk about this. What else you gotta tell them? But hey, man, straighten up.
Yeah.
Play right. Come on.
It's about that time.
He was getting the loose ball. He was making the right pass. He had the gravity of the team. I think the spacing between him and Kawhi definitely, made. I mean, I'm not saying no Kawhi is good, but PG got the extra spacing.
He assumes that role because he's not dependent on another star.
Yeah,
like he was.
Not even dependent, but it's like
look
deferring. He's deferring to Kawhi.
Yeah, exactly,
because you're supposed to do that. So. He defers to Kawhi, and then
he just doesn't know how to play with another star.
He's not as much of the playmaker that yesterday I saw a playmaker. Mm-hmm. He's
T-Mac.
Yeah,
he's really like T-Mac when he's by
I was
himself.
big on Olympic Paul George.
Yeah, I was big on Pacers Paul George. I feel you. Like he was going in, he was dunking on the Heat and everything,
and then that leg thing happened.
Yeah, but he's still solid.
Yeah. So we went through quite a few teams.
Yeah, I mean,
so we got we're saving the little bit of the best kind of for last because we talked about the Sixers and Hawks, we talked about the Jazz Clippers, we talked about the Suns and Nuggets. There's one more Game 7 though besides the Hawks and the Sixers. There's that Nets in the Bucks series.
Oh yeah, I want your input on that.
I feel like I'm no matter again, you got another injury-riddled team over here with the Nets, and the Bucks are making it a series.
Is it really an excuse though? Look, because let's walk.
I haven't even made an opinion on.
I'm just saying, let's walk it through.
An excuse for what exactly? What have I said?
For them to lose.
So you're saying that the series should have been over by now for the Nets?
No. I'm just saying they have so many assets where Kyrie gets hurt, it doesn't destroy their
Harden
team.
Harden was hurt too.
No, look, I'm gonna give you a comparison. Okay, Kyrie gets hurt. Harden gets hurt. Harden is playing. He's been playing the last 2 games.
And if you saw,
but he's like at 60%.
I would say 40%.
But most teams only have 1 star. So look at the Nuggets. They lost Jamal Murray and they lost. They got sweat. So they have KD.
The Nets are hanging in.
The thing, the Nets have KD. They have the best player in the NBA. They have a chance, so don't feel sorry for them.
I don't feel sorry for them.
Okay.
No. I'm just laying the table, man.
Okay.
You ready to talk, boy.
I'm just saying
now that we talk about the Bucks.
I'm just saying it's competitive. The one thing I'm talking about the Nets, just to close it off, is that they're competitive. Anybody who's saying, "Oh, they don't have Kyrie, they barely have Harden," they're still competitive.
Their role players are really competitive.
Yeah,
they're showing out.
Yeah, they have Blake Griffin,
Joe Harris,
but they have to.
Joe Harris. If this team was losing, we won.
But that's a regular team. Yeah. That's every team in the NBA.
Exactly. They're in the NBA for a reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, Blake Griffin, Joe Harris, Jeff Green, Uncle Jeff is doing his thing.
Shout out, yeah.
Landry.
Oh, he's back. I didn't even know he was back.
Oh man,
he's been there.
Damn,
bro.
He was still hurt.
He's been under that basket doing work. I mean, the Nets, I would say, sans Kyrie, without even James Harden, have been enjoyable to watch on that end, just as much as the Bucks have been for the same reason. It hasn't been about Giannis. It's been about PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker.
He's been a delight. And what we had to say, I didn't mean to say his name first because he's the next Rocket, and by him winning, we all win.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm always rooting for PJ Tucker.
But no, Middleton is he's just smart on the court. He's making the right passes. He's taking the right shots. He's taking over the game at the right moments when
he plays like an old school Grant Hill to me. He just makes the right decision every time.
He's actually kind of fun in that way to watch because he just
or like Clyde. He actually plays like Clyde Drexler.
Great comparison. Yeah. Great comparison. But and Brook Lopez is kind of doing doing those little things. Drew Holiday is always interesting.
Drew Holiday, he plays some good defense, man.
Yeah,
I like the way he plays.
It's his shot selection that's like
questionable at times.
Yeah, it's like, man, does he have it? Sometimes he does have it.
Yeah, sometimes he does. Yeah.
And when he has it, it's great. It's when he doesn't have it, you're like, oh man, scaring the hell out of me.
I was telling Dennis, for some reason, I feel like the Nets are going to blow out the Bucks in Game 7. I don't feel like
it kind of feels like that. Like, I don't feel like it's going to be a close game. We haven't seen them at like, okay, let's really turn it on. Like, we haven't.
The only way the Bucks are going to beat the Nets is if Giannis again does his mid-range to middle game with no threes, and if he plays defense on KD, because he can actually slow down KB a bit with KD, where he doesn't like score 50, he'll score like 35.
Hold up. I got Flip Hop over here spitting. He says the Nets are 3-0 against the Bucks on TNT, and the Bucks are 3-0 on ESPN against the Nets.
Game 7 on TNT.
So
He expects the Nets to win.
Yeah. I wonder what Vegas is saying.
What is Vegas saying? You're big on Vegas.
Well, because I believe that Vegas knows everything. If you got a question about the universe, you gotta go ask Vegas.
He brought a good point. Hacker Giannis. Oh,
shit! I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. But yeah, that'll be a good strategy. Hey, kudos,
so
man.
it's kind of over with
if they do that.
But let me check this.
But what if Giannis comes through with his free throw? What if he just bores everybody to death and says, "Man, stop!
What if
stop
PJ Tucker? What if PJ Tucker knocks somebody out?
Then he'll be ejected, and they lose.
Yeah,
they can't afford that. Just throwing it out.
Great question, Dennis.
Yeah. Speaking of more delusions, what if Kyrie Irving shows up in like the fourth quarter and not even show and then with his Moses stick, and be like, "I am here, guys," and then he just parts the defense.
It could happen. It could happen.
Yeah,
there's so much that can happen. That's what I'm saying.
Let me paint the picture. So you mentioned Kyrie coming back. I don't think you understand the implications of what you're talking about here. I don't think you even really.
Man, Kyrie is the truth, bro.
The incense would be out. There would be the smoke that would be billowing the arena. He would ascend from it.
Exactly.
There would be an entire scene going on if Kyrie came in. That alone would lead the Nets to victory.
Yeah. So who do I got?
It would be the Nets.
The Nets.
You got the Nets?
Blowout.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's actually almost an even game.
Let's say 15-20.
Vegas says it's even.
It's even?
Yeah. It's a...
I only have the Bucks if Giannis does what he needs to do.
Ooh, this is not...
Alloy leg. You got that? Titanium alloy leg.
Kyrie coming in with that.
Yeah, Flip out has the imagination.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring you on the next podcast.
Exactly.
next episode for sure.
So it's up in the air. Does anyone? And so y'all are true to the Nets winning.
Yeah,
I would actually want to see the Nets win.
Why is that?
Because it makes more of a competitive series for the next next
series.
Yeah,
which could be the Hawks or the Sixers.
Imagine Trae Young taking out the Nets.
That's nice. Ooh, that
and Capella being on that team.
That's exactly what I want to see. I want to see that kind of war. I mean, sitting from the sidelines when your team is not in the playoffs.
Yeah, the Hawks are the next.
We can
underdog.
sit there and just ask for that WWF kind of like, I want to see some blood kind of conference and final. And I think the Hawks versus the Nets would be a fun one. I think if the Bucks win somehow, right? Mm-hmm. And I still want to side with the Hawks winning theirs. With the Hawks versus the Bucks,
it wouldn't be good for ratings.
But would you go for the Hawks or the Bucks in that series?
I mean, ATL all the way. I want to see the Migos 2 Chainz in the finals.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would be the championship if they make it. Like in Atlanta, it's never about winning the Super Bowl or the actual championship. If we get to the semifinals, that's it. That's the victory right there. We having a party about getting to the final.
Yeah.
Or the chance of getting to it. That's good enough. Best we ever did.
Hell
man.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
go ahead.
Go ahead, scratch. Oh yeah, we got ATO shit. Elbows and jumpers, we back.
Yes, sir. So I kind of want to go through the Bucks versus the Nets just from a player standpoint because I really think that's a lot of it's on KD to really bring the game out. And get the win before we talk about how the Nets are going to go ahead because there's a real chance the Bucks could win.
Oh yeah,
and I feel like a lot of it has to ride on Giannis stepping up to a whole different level. Mm-hmm. But from what I've seen for a whole series is him have the world's shittiest crossover, and if he's running downhill, he can do some work. But I mean, he's a liability, on offensive liability when he doesn't exactly like. It's a weird kind of point generation that he has, right?
Yeah, man. He has to learn that take the space that's given to you and shoot. Mm-hmm. You know, if it like in this next game, game 7, watch him when he walks or takes the ball up the court. Look how much space they give him from 3-point range up until like maybe a fourth, of maybe like 8 feet to the rim. Mm-hmm. Look how much space again, and he this is his fault. He always tries to drive. I'm like, bro, they giving you all this space
on purpose, by the way.
Yes, but he can knock it down.
He's taking the bait.
He can knock it down. He's taking the bait. Definitely, yeah. I agree. He doesn't have to take the bait.
It's his own intelligence, though. Like he's not doing the thing that if you want to counteract something, you got to do the thing that they're giving you the opportunity to do, and then be elite at it.
Exactly. And I feel like he can. Like, you can shoot our plug elbow jumper. You can shoot, a mid range, top of the key shot. He can do that easily, because if he can shoot a 3-point, taking his time, he can do that.
Which he is trash at.
Yes, but he can do those closer range shots. Within a quicker reaction period.
Yeah. I mean, I think I think Middleton and PJ Tucker got to help him more with being that slasher or cutter, and maybe.
Yes.
And maybe
because we don't think that he's there yet and taking those opportunities.
Yeah.
Because he would have done it already.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So it still feels like the Nets, but it's like it feels a little bit like the Clippers series.
If you had $1,000, right? Well, $1,000 bet. Who would you put it on?
Oh, the Nets.
The Nets?
Yeah.
You too, Scratch?
Nets.
Yeah. I got to go with the Olympians.
Sure.
My Olympians theory is flawless.
It feels like a Floyd Mayweather bet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
It's too easy.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to take the Nets. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's not
And that's what Vegas says too, right?
Barely. No, actually, it's like .200, negative 200. So it's like they give 3 points just for being at home. So
gotcha.
It's almost dead.
So they're giving the
a close game.
Okay,
they're just giving a close game.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's the same thing with the Clippers. I mean, it all depends on what kind of PG shows up. For the Suns, if it's like pandemic P, then it's gonna be the Suns. If it's PG, what he's done to get this Clippers win over the Jazz, I don't think that it's so much the Jazz losing as much as the Clippers being elite. You know what I mean? I think
so. I'm gonna put my money on shit.
I don't think like you said.
This one's tough.
Gobert was good. Donovan Mitchell was good.
It depends because we don't know if Chris Paul is gonna play.
Yeah.
So it's an evenly matched team.
Well, if Chris Paul plays, then I give the edge to
the Suns.
The Suns, because Chris Paul ain't gonna let them lose.
Yeah.
He's been in this fucking like episode a few times over.
I feel like Kawhi is gonna be out longer than Chris Paul. Chris Paul's gonna come back like the third game.
You think so?
I feel like he is. Maybe second.
Yeah.
Man, what a
so if
it's kind of annoying that we even gotta do all that.
Dang, it's so much like what is. So if it's Booker against PG, then I give the edge to PG because he's just a veteran.
Yeah. I think
this is a new experience to
it
Booker.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's Booker, I would say
that's the fucked up.
You know what? I would take the Suns over the Clippers if it's like you said, Booker.
It's too much fucking.
You know why?
I think a lot of what ifs.
I think Booker's got better just basketball playmaking ability over PG. I think
PG has he's more talented and has the more
I hope
ability.
We see. I think it's one of those things where I don't have
T-Mac, bro. If you haven't noticed, like he's T-Mac.
Don't let him get your hopes up, though.
I'm not getting my hopes up.
Don't let him get your hopes up.
He just doesn't have the heart.
He'll do it for a game or two, but we got to see a whole series.
The start of a series.
I don't trust him. I trust Booker for a whole series, just like I trust KD for a whole series. I don't trust Joel Embiid for a whole series.
I kind of trust Paul George for a series if the weight's on his shoulders, because he's shown it with the Pacers. It's just when he was with the Pacers, he was too young, and he didn't have the supporting cast. Now he has a whole bunch of veterans, So he has Lou Williams, Patrick Beverly. He has dogs that are gonna push him up.
To get his back.
They literally won a game 6. 25 points down.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
At halftime. So that's not for nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got the if
any a closeout game with everything on the line, the team's gonna throw
if Chris Paul doesn't play, and Kawhi doesn't play, and it's just Paul George versus Booker, I got Paul George.
Okay.
If Chris Paul plays against Kawhi and Kawhi comes back, I got Kawhi and the Clippers. If Kawhi is not back and it's just Chris Paul, I got Chris Paul.
That's a whole lot.
Well, I guess just gave you everything. I'm
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I just gave you the whole scenario, so our episode will last for a few weeks.
Definitely will.
God, I hope not. I hope that we can just be over with this and get to the finals part of this. Because a lot of it is kind of based on those injuries, based on what you see. From what does a team assemble? So we're kind of seeing that with the Rockets too, with our players that we have. Do they have the ability to be on that level where they can be elite in the moments they need to be to win.
So this is the leverage component that have with Rice, John Wall. If you trade John Wall, that leverage is gone as far as the experience, the playoff experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
he has that.
Christian Wood, Kevin Porter Jr., Tate, too young. They have not been through that pressure situation. John Wall has.
Yeah.
He knows how to guide them. But we also need like 2 more pieces. Mm-hmm. So we need a sharpshooter. And who's the old boy on the Chicago Bulls? Levine. Yeah. If we make a trade for him, it's on and popping. Yeah.
It would be exciting.
Yeah, and then we still need a big. So I feel like Drummond might get released from the Lakers, and then we can pick him up.
I don't want that mean motherfucker.
He's big as shit. You just need a 7-footer just
to protect the lane.
Just protect the fucking lane. Put something back up.
Just put your hands up.
That's all you have to do.
Yeah, some people just don't feel like they're gonna get you that win.
You don't need him to score.
Because in LA he was given too much of a
functional regular season center, is what you're saying?
Yes, I just need somebody.
Just be there for the 80 games, and we'll figure it out.
Yes, exactly.
Get in the middle.
Yeah, just get in the middle.
This is the kind of common sense we come here for.
Clog it up.
Talk about we got 82 games to play. We're trying to win as many as we can, so we get to the playoffs to go do that work. Mm-hmm. Right? It's 2 different kinds of seasons. You gotta be able to have a different kind.
Yep.
Because we see with teams like the Jazz, with the Sixers, where you can have the best record in the league, the Nuggets, but when you get to the playoffs, you're not ready.
It's because they changed it up, bro. Basketball does not change.
They're discussing keep it the same. They're discussing have a tournament during the All-Star break or something like that, or do something different. But I mean, that's kind of where we're at right now. And is this one of those titles where, like, last year was a pandemic title, this year it's kind of still a pandemic title, right?
I feel like this is a real title.
It's a real.
It's like a 75% title.
Unless the Brooklyn Nets win it, then
it's because they have to. If the Nets win, I feel if it's KD and James Harden, or it's just 2 stars, it's a real title.
Yeah, it's a real title for them.
If it's all 3 of them, hell no.
Shit. All I know is that no matter who goes to the finals, we're going to see some Rockets representation.
Yeah,
we'll see Pat Bev with the Clippers. I'm
glad we're not
CP3 with the Suns. So
I'm glad Screechy is not the type of DJ who just drops all I do is win. I'm just saying.
Better chill out. I might play it.
No,
please don't.
You're a real DJ.
So, I think we're, and if the Sixers, if the Bucks win, we've got PJ Tucker still getting a chance to win a title. So I think we get to see a lot of those players do well. I think part of. Oh wait, we got DeMarcus Cousins too with the Clippers, right?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so you
former Rocket.
Yeah.
So it brings some goodwill to be able to like not for only for somebody to come to the Rockets and play well for us, but we're gonna get them to a good situation so they can further their careers.
We got Lou Williams with the Hawks.
It's alumni everywhere.
Yes.
We got Houston everywhere.
Yeah.
So I guess that wraps up some of the NBA talk a little bit, but
I want to give a shout out to Jay Sean Tate for making the all rookie team.
All rookie team. Yeah,
our rookie team.
Not surprising. He stepped into some big shoes because they said, "Hey, we're gonna get rid of our superstar." And by the way, y'all are all rookies, and he earned his power. He went from like starting to a backup small forward to a small forward. And he was like, "Well, I guess he's big enough to play power forward." He was playing center at some points. Mm-hmm. It was kind of ridiculous. It's like getting into a job and you working the fries, you making the burgers, you doing the chicken strips. You got the whole operations. The damn shake machine over here is broken again. You got a screwdriver.
And he was taking orders, facilitating.
He better
too goddamn much.
He better pump up that resume where he's like, I'm vice president.
Pay that man.
I'm a VP now.
He was a big piece of why we felt so good about talking about Wood, because we were like, okay, well, that's settled. We got something there. This is settled, right?
So next time.
So it's kind of like it affords you to like discover you have a KJ Martin that's over there doing work too. And
we have depth. We just need 2 pieces. We need a sharpshooter and we need a big center. That's it.
I feel like even with the roster going in, to the same roster going in, run it again with the depth and with the growth they're going to have in the offseason. I feel so good.
Oh yeah.
I think we can go in just like this and make a splash.
2 pieces. Sharpshooter and a center.
It's gonna happen. It's not like it's not gonna happen. Change is inevitable. But
we'll see.
What else?
What we got?
Any other Rockets recognition scratch?
None.
All right.
But you know what? I got something for you.
Oh, we got Jeffrey.
Had the gas up the Grand Nash to go and bend the block. The gas up the Grand Nash.
Elbows and jumpers. Shout out to Larry June.
Yes, sir.
DJ Mr. Rogers for sure.
Oh yeah, on that track.
Awesome production.
Yeah. Got a little flavor on there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some good summer shit.
Yeah.
Boy's a beast.
Yeah.
But I guess I moved on from NBA, going on to some boxing, right?
No, our miscellaneous segment.
Oh, miscellaneous. Very nice. Miscellaneous tidbits, right?
Exactly. So in boxing, we got the Charlo twins from Houston. Shout them out. One of them,
Shout out.
Jamal, something Charlo,
Okay, continue.
against Juan Macias Montiel.
Man, what ranked boxing are we discussing here?
I don't even fucking know, bro. But I think the only reason I bring it up is because they always talk about the boxing sports commentating always talks about the Charlos are ready for one of the Charlos is ready for Canelo.
I think Canelo's ready to get a paycheck from just fighting anybody that will, for whatever reason, want to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody that fights Canelo gets any kind of like, oh, he beat Canelo. For some reason, something is up with, like, there's not a...
Yeah, that's its own world. That's its own...
just feels like it's a money manufacturing
It's a really ecosystem.
It's like, hey, we'll have the guy fight Canelo, and it's like, bro, it's like, and
you agree to do this, and you'll get paid.
yeah. Everything is just a money
acting
grab.
job. Just like the Mayweather and Logan Paul, like we discussed last episode.
Yeah.
It happened exactly the way we said. Remember, we saw memes of.
I don't recall saying that much about it.
We said that Mayweather would win,
Oh yeah.
but he wouldn't knock him out.
Yeah.
You know? So that's
He was trying to make it a show.
Yeah. So I mean, there were memes where Mayweather actually
Knocked him out.
knocked him out,
And then picked him
up,
back up.
and then picked him back up.
It's all about money at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, it's
When it comes to
everything's
Mayweather,
some kind of
Even
WWE.
Mayweather, he acknowledged it. He's like, I do bank robbery legally. Yeah. You know, so when he tells you that, it's like, yeah, it's set up. You know,
he can't read, but he's not dumb.
He ain't no dumb man for sure.
No.
Nah. Make your money, man.
Exactly.
He'll stun on your ass if you talk about it.
Hey, man, he's smart.
I mean, hell, he did it like, I don't even, the Logan Paul was like 6'4" or some shit in that ring against him, and he was, imagine somebody 5'8" just like tapping you on your head. You that tall, beating your ass up for 3 rounds.
He's a professional.
He's been
that's
doing
what
this all
I mean.
his life.
There's a lot of Mayweather haters out there that, you know, they never really liked it. But if there's a joy in watching a motherfucker go bing.
I love to see
bing,
Mayweather win.
Bing.
Yeah, me too.
I love to see him win in life, bro, because he
beats people so methodically that you have to appreciate it for
he's
the art
best
that it is.
in business and boxing. Like, there's no question to it, you know. So
I mean, he's
the greatest
he is a
defensive boxer.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So
what else?
The only upcoming fight that we have to look forward to is Pacquiao against Spence, and we talked about that, and it's getting closer. Both of them are in their training camps, and that's gonna be a real fight. Oh, we also have the heavyweights. Does it ring a bell? The big guy who beat I can't even think of their names because it's not even a point to fighting them because it was
Wilder.
Wilder, yeah. This is a trilogy, and I can't even think about the other guy's name. He whooped his ass.
Yeah.
So nobody wants to see this fight. That's why it doesn't ring a bell in my mind.
So
it's like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so I guess waiting for the Charlo brothers because
I mean,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Exactly.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It's a dead period in boxing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Then what? I guess
Chavez Jr. quickly. Cesar Chavez Jr.
Yes.
Yeah, he
sucks too.
He missed his weight again.
He did. What the hell?
And his dad is like pissed off.
It's the weirdest. Like he doesn't.
He's
live with
supposed
his
to be fighting
parents.
Anderson Silva.
He's too damn old to be living with his parents.
And like a celebrity. Yeah, it's
For
like
real,
that type
like
of shit.
that?
It's that type of shit.
It's the weirdest shit.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be having like the whole 3 generations and you a boxer, bro. You got too much cooking going on in the house. You got way too many mothers in there doing too much work, and because there's a whole family.
We already know
there.
what that situation is.
And then of course he misses weight.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, he doesn't even.
He's just
wanna
doing
box.
it to make his dad proud for So.
Just to put
Don't
on
be
the
too hard on
shorts.
him. That's not what he wants
Look,
to do.
Dad, I put
He's
on
like,
the
I don't want to
shorts.
fight.
Yeah.
Dad.
He's like, you will fight.
I don't want to fight.
You will honor our name.
Man, let it go, man.
No, I mean it's not his fault. He wants to do. He has other talents.
Yeah.
I don't know what those are, but he has other talents.
Sometimes money can fix that.
Yeah. So what else we got in miscellaneous?
Shout out the Astros.
Oh
They-
yeah,
they been
Yordan
balling.
Alvarez.
Yeah.
They been balling.
Yeah. Nice.
Somebody said, I don't know how they do it. They keep hitting those curveballs, man.
Because we're
Making
some
me
beasts.
mad. I
We
love
got
it.
him.
41
we got a
and
good
28.
system.
We're making them mad right now.
41 and 28. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
We just got to stay healthy.
Yep.
Bring it all together.
Mm-hmm.
What
We got
else?
another 300 games to go, but yeah.
Yeah. And it's hot as shit now.
Oh,
Talk about let's go topless at Minute Maid.
Mm-mm.
Not today, sir.
Do you watch golf at all? No.
No.
Me neither. Right.
No disrespect to golf.
No, I used to carry the leaderboards.
I wish I had the time. I wish I had the leisurely time to just watch golf on TV.
Just a quick note: me and Chrissy used to carry the leaderboards at the Houston show. Open.
Of course, y'all did.
Shout out Christy.
Yeah, one time.
Appreciate
She's
you.
recording. She's being behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So, I guess NFL.
NFL Julio Jones has been traded to the Titans, the former Houston Oilers.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, they're looking big time right now.
I'm passively observing the NFL.
I think everybody. Well, I feel that way too.
it's because I feel like we're in a town with the Houston Texans,
That's why.
and
But Deshaun Watson is gonna remain. It seems that way.
I have no idea. Does anybody know truly if it's possible that he will play?
It feels like we're another.
It feels like nobody-
What is that team called when they come into the league? A new team.
Expansion team.
We feel like we're an expansion
we're a
team.
perpetual expansion
Expansion
team.
team.
We've been an expansion team
For
every
20
season.
years.
Yeah, feels like this year. This is the year they're gonna make a
I
splash.
saw us on TNT on NBA on the last game
Yeah.
with the Bucks, and they showed the Texans as the had one of the longest professional teams in any
Without-
sport without going to the conference.
Wow.
And I was just like, man, y'all need to take that shit down.
Forget them.
Yeah,
Isn't Charles Barkley leaving?
TNT.
Yeah, I heard
I haven't
about
heard
that.
that.
No.
Must be a
They just won an
Fake
Emmy
rumor.
award.
A rumor.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, they just won another Emmy. They're not.
don't
They
know.
can't shut that shit down.
Just Charles though.
Nah, I don't know.
That'd be-
I'll keep my eyes open for it, but I don't expect it.
I mean, I don't know what other boomer they're gonna replace him with. Charles Barkley got the most boomer takes on everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anything
see.
else?
Although Inside the NBA is dope, and we should all be staying up to watch that every night.
I do. I try
It's like this generation's Midnight Love or like Comedy Hour, or whatever that was.
Mm-hmm.
Like you had to stay up to watch Inside the NBA. It only comes around once a year.
Yeah.
We gotta
if it's,
appreciate it.
even if it's the game's boring,
They're
you
the
go-
entertainment. Yeah.
Yeah.
you watch the
'Cause they
halftime.
have-
I love that they kill ESPN.
Yeah, ESPN had like they just have a whole different product.
Yeah.
But shit, Waves on.
Oh, we're getting our plugs already?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when Waves on, we
Every
doing it
Wednesday,
big. Yeah.
Avant Garden.
Waves on low key is like where all the underground celebrities are gonna be at. So
shut up.
and no shit, I'm not lying, bro.
Catch
There's
me
a lot.
DJing.
There's a lot
Long
of talent there.
Candlestick
Oh, of
motivation.
course, yeah, the talent's there.
Candlestick has a
Good
mix
vibes. It's just
on
good
Apple
vibes.
Music.
Oh, he definitely
Yeah,
does.
for Juneteenth.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
we
it
do.
does.
Listen
It
to
goes hard.
Check that out.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll put the link
yeah.
on our YouTube channel
The Scratch is gonna be doing some big
Definitely
things
show love to
coming up.
everybody nation.
soon.
Soon. We'll name them. We'll name drop eventually, but I think this is what we got going.
All right,
Yeah.
Elbows and Jumpers, episode 14, and we out.
stay
Yeah.
cool.
Will you say it's okay?